Nothing can stop me, I'm all the way up. All the way up. I'm all the way up. I'm all the way up. Nothing can stop me, I'm all the way up. Shorty what you want, shorty what you need. My niggas run game, we ain't never leave. Counting up this money, we ain't never sleeping. You got V12s, I got 12 V's. Got bottles, got weed, got Molly. I'm all the way up. Shorty what you want, I got what you need. Shorty what you want, I got what you need.
All right, welcome everybody. Week 10 press conference. We've got Robby Hauck, we've got Coach Hauck, and Malik Flowers, now tied for second all-time in FCS kick return touchdowns. The Montana Grizzlies return home this week, Coach. So your final thoughts on the game at Weaver State before we look ahead to Cal Poly coming home to Missouri.
Okay, Monday afternoon. So we're coming off an overtime loss against the number 2 team in the country and a 3-point loss against the number 5 team in the country. Both games we were out significant contributors on both sides of the ball. So, you know, I'm not gonna act all overwrought and act like everything's broken. We just need to go perform and get a win this weekend, and that leads us into Cal Poly. We need a win, as I mentioned. This has become a huge game for our team, certainly. Just an enormous game for our season. So we got to get out, have a good week of practice, and go find a way to win on Saturday.
Questions?
Coach, when you are shorthanded, what are the challenges that come up, especially if the injury happens within the scope of a game, like when Patrick O'Connell went out on Saturday?
Yeah, anytime we roll through, you know, there's a percentage of time guys are going to play. Some guys are going to get spelled, some are not. Depends on the position. I mean, we lost Jackson Lee in the first quarter too, and he's on every special team, so we were trying to get 4 different guys ready to go on that. So, I mean, there's just some gymnastics that go along with that. I think our guys do a pretty good job of handling it, but you know, anytime you lose a guy that's made a lot of plays for you, probably the guy behind him is not as able.
You mentioned Saturday that you guys are considering now moving forward that must wins. What do you like about that situation? How do you must win? How do you hope your team embraces that scenario?
Well, we'll be urgent and we'll prepare. You know, it goes to practice time and mental preparation in terms of the assignment and studying the opponent, and then giving great effort in practice and trying to get everybody from the scout team giving us good looks on down the line. That's what we need.
Robby, similar question. What's the mentality like with you guys right now? How do you sort of keep this thing moving forward instead of looking at what's already happened?
Just keep doing what we're doing in terms of preparation. I think the past few weeks we've had great preparation, great practices, and everybody's given great effort. So we just gotta keep chopping wood, and good things will come.
In just a few minutes, small business owners can now sign up for Blackfoot Communication Services. Whether it's dependable voice options or internet services, sign up simply by visiting blackfootsmallbusiness.com. Click on the services you wish, select an installation time and date, and you're done. Small business services at the touch of your fingers. Connect to more with Blackfoot Communications and blackfootsmallbusiness.com.
Robby, you kind of mentioned throughout the year, obviously it's a one game at a time mentality throughout the year. So how much does that kind of help you guys, you know, down the stretch when you guys have must-win games, things like that? Like how much do you prepare you guys knowing that you guys kind of approach like that already?
Yeah, well, I mean, we can't change anything in the past. The only thing that we can do is go out and win on Saturday, and that's our #1 goal each week. So just to prepare to be able to do that and go out and execute.
Malik, your kick return on Saturday was huge. Obviously, kind of put you even higher in the record books. You know, what were you seeing on that play? And, you know, kind of like we talked last week, you know, teams have been avoiding all year, but you kind of had a chance and ran with it.
Yeah, we kind of saw a week that they don't work too many games in their coverage team, so it wasn't too much variation. It was just kind of our guys on theirs, just to see if we could pick up blocks and help me find the seam. So I kind of ran into the back of a couple of my blockers, but they held their blocks long enough for me to get to the right side and get some space and open, and I was able to get in the end zone. So it was nice to get in the end zone again, have the ball kick my way, and just know that I had the guys from protecting me and allowing me to get into the end zone.
Bobby, 2 of the last 3 weeks, the run game hasn't been, where you'd want it to be. What is your evaluation of the run game at this point, and where do you hope they can continue to improve here as they hit the last month of the season?
That's a pretty comprehensive question to evaluate the entire run game.
I guess, where do you, when you look back on the Weber film, were there things that stood out as far as breakdowns? Where do you think are those rooms for improvement?
Yeah, certainly. I mean, Weber, they dominated us. Our offensive performance wasn't good. They did to us what we've been doing to their offense the last couple times out. They returned the favor.
Coach, to follow up on what Malik was talking about, you have coached a lot of great kick returners and return teams in your career. What goes into a return for a touchdown?
There's a lot that goes into it. Obviously, the other guys on the team have to believe that what they're doing counts and can make a difference and give it import, which I think in all those scenarios where we've had guys that were leading the nation and scoring and all that, and there's been a long list of them over the years. I think it's about those guys understanding the scheme, and then the returners having confidence in them as well, and knowing what we're trying to accomplish. And week to week we vary it where we want it to hit, and everybody's pretty tuned into the game plan, and it works. And that one on Saturday, the opener, the kicker got him down. He kind of ran out of space into the boundary there, but the kicker ended up getting over there and getting him, or else he's out for 2 of them on Saturday.
How do you balance the state of your season right now, focusing on this week, and then the overall big picture, one and the same?
Well, that's easy. We don't worry about the big picture. So all we're worried about is beating Cal Poly. It should be a great night in the stadium. Should be a fun night. Huge game for our team.
When you mentioned Cal Poly, what do you see? It looks like to me that they've run a couple different quarterbacks. How does that affect their offense? And overall, what do you think of what they do offensively?
Well, they get to pick their game plan. Obviously, we don't know what they're going to emphasize or not. Coleman, number 6, is their go-to guy. You have to have an eye on him. They're trying to generate run game a variety of ways. What they're going to lean on Saturday, that's their choice. We have to figure out how to get lined up against the different personnel packages. It'll be a challenge, just like it always is.
Robby, what have you seen? I know you haven't looked at it much, but Cal Poly definitively, distinctly different than they used to be, not running the triple option anymore. So what do you think of this challenge of Cal Poly's offense?
There's a challenge in front of us every week. Coach Baldwin does a nice job at getting his playmakers the ball in space, I'd say specifically. And we're going to have to be able to make plays ourselves in space, and I'm really excited for the challenge.
Join Town Pump's Pump It Up Rewards Plus program and never pay full price for fuel again.
Save 5 cents on every gallon every day at any Town Pump across Montana.
Plus, earn and redeem points on your favorite in-store items to get free stuff with our clubs.
Stop in and pick up a rewards card. Download the Pump It Up Rewards Plus app today.
Or visit townpump.com/rewards to register and start saving.
Right down the road, pump it up, yeah.
Robby, Coach kind of talked about the jump with when you lose a couple guys on defense. Pat Graves didn't play, DRA, I believe, a couple times. How does that kind of affect you guys on the side of the ball? How do you guys kind of weather that storm? Because you have a lot of veteran leadership on that side. So how are you guys able to kind of tackle that when you do lose some guys during the game?
Really, we don't even blink. When guys get subbed in or because of injuries, you're playing, you're going, and we've got complete trust in anyone that enters the game that they're going to do their job and they're 111th. So I would say it's really not. It doesn't even really cross my mind or really anybody else's mind. I would say during the game. You know, I kind of more see it on film. It's like, oh, I didn't know so-and-so was out. I didn't know Pat was out until after the game, really. So.
And then Malik, just kind of with some of the struggles the offense had this past Saturday, what's maybe your guys' biggest focal point going into this week, because you guys kind of try and shore some of those things up?
Honestly, just getting better every week, just trying to tidy up some of the little areas, just things that we felt we didn't do well enough in the previous game. So just kind of doing exactly what Coach Hauck says, you know, focus on the next game, trying to get better, and just making sure that we're implementing our formula for winning. So if we want to do that this upcoming week, we just gotta go out there and stick to our stuff, what we've been working on, and just, you know, keep working at it.
And coach, the O-line and D-line, that's where you know, really where it comes down to. How have you felt about their performance over the past couple of weeks?
Defensive line's been really good, and they were on Saturday. I think we've been a little up and down up front on offense. I mean, last week I would say from me, my contribution on down to the backup snapper or wide out or whatever, nobody played very well Saturday. We need to play better this weekend.
And then Malik, how confident do you guys remain in Griz to get you guys some wins and get things?
That's not for you, Malik.
Coach, how confident do you remain?
I'm confident in every one of our players and coaches at all times.
So, and with Coach Baldwin, you know, he's had a lot of success over his career, but kind of struggle this year. What do you think has been the biggest challenge for Cal Poly so far this season?
Well, that's really a question for them. I'm watching the film and I'm watching what they do, and we're trying to figure out how to stop them and move the ball and, you know, tackle their returners and all that. There's familiarity with their coaching staff. We've coached against them many times.
Thanks, everyone.
Yep.
Join Town Pump's Pump It Up Rewards Plus program and never pay full price for fuel again.
Save 5 cents on every gallon every day at any town pump across Montana.
Plus, earn and redeem points on your favorite in-store items to get free stuff with our clubs.
Stop in and pick up a rewards card. Download the Pump It Up Rewards Plus app today.
Or visit townpump.com/rewards to register and start saving.
Town